So this golf iron I have in my hands is a world's first when it comes to this technology that's ever come to market. We're going to test it in this video. I'm going to run you through the technology and obviously give you my thoughts and feedbacks of how this iron performs. So the iron I'm referring to is the new Cobra, the 3DP Tour iron. 3D printing, that's what it's all about. They've done it in the past with putters. They have sort of introduced it into an iron just in certain sections, but this is now a fully 3D printed golf club that has actually come to market as well. It's a world's first in this type of technology. We're going to take a look at the first instincts of this iron. When you look at it on the back, it looks fantastic. Really impressed with the look of it. Very cool lattice, obviously the 3D element in the back of the head that's just exposed, but very clean look. It looks fantastic. And Cobra is saying this is allowing them to get a blade-like appearance in that address, but with an MOI and forgiveness of a game improvement iron. Maybe a perfect mix, possibly, for a golf iron. So just before I carry on with the video, I want to thank today's sponsors, Eagle Links Golf, who make high quality head covers and golfing accessories like scorecard holders, towels, ball markers, etc. All themed around football teams. So if you follow a big team, you can go and grab a head cover from them. I've got a discount code MNGolfCoach. Punch that in at checkout and that will give you 15% discount off anything on their website. Okay, so let's look at it in that playing position. As always, first instincts for me, get a golf club out of the rack, or I get golf club sent, I get them out of the box, I'll just straight away put it into that playing position. First instincts are always sort of quite important to me, and that is a great looking iron from Cobra. So minimal sort of offset there. We've got, I wouldn't say a super bladey slim top line, but it's definitely slim to medium on that top line, but a great sort of shape. Decent blade length from heel to toe, but again, that toe, very nice sort of rounded toe section. We've got a little bit of a polished element to that on there, but it's not high chrome, which is good. And then you've obviously got a bit more of a satin of where the grooves sit, but looks great down by that golf ball, must admit. So this is a 7 iron lofting at 31 degrees, so it's in that player's distance sort of category. That's a lovely feel off the club face first hit. Yeah, very nice sort of ball flight that we've just seen, and a really nice sort of feel off the club face. Quite a sort of forged sort of feel, even though it isn't forged at all, this. So as I say, 100% 3D printed from a 316 stainless steel. And Cobra saying this gives them a lot of advantages over the traditional sort of casting and forging sort of process, and gives them freedom to unlock more design sort of methods in a way, in terms of just redistributing weight around that head and getting that, probably that combo of that look, the feel, but as I say, with that, maybe that higher MOI and that forgiveness level. Oh, that's a beautiful golf shot. Beautiful feel to that. And very sort of muted sound to that. So sometimes when you sort of see hollow construction irons, maybe your game improvement irons as well, the sound tends to be quite loud, brash, a bit clicky maybe. That definitely isn't. More associated, I would say, more to that forged product, and maybe that sort of small cavity, maybe even bladey sort of type of sound to that. So Cobra saying this is delivering tour level precision and getting that ultimate consistency from shot to shot. We're going to have a look at that in this video, because that's a pretty big, bold claim. Obviously, we've got a player's delivery, players' slight differences of strike on there. So obviously we know when we miss the strike or move that, maybe that ball around that club face a little bit, spin can change quite a bit, can't it? Which ultimately will change your sort of carry distance. So we will take a look at that and test that in this video. Lovely, really nice. So I think what sort of player is going to maybe go into this type of iron? So I would probably say somebody who maybe has wanting to come out of that game improvement iron, maybe the skill level's improved and maybe demands an iron that might just look a little bit neater, a little bit more feedback, maybe not strong on the loft, wanting something that's got a little bit more feedback through the hit as well, or the strike should I say, and maybe something that's a little bit more workable through the air. Then potentially this is a really good iron for them to move into. Yeah, another nice sort of ball flight on that particular shot. So let's move back into the look of the club at the back. We obviously, that lattice, the 3D element strip that runs right across the back, that looks absolutely stunning in my view. However, I would say if you're a little bit picky of maybe dirt debris getting stuck in cavities in parts of golf clubs, you might have a little bit of an issue with this one, because I can imagine if any dirt gets in there, it's going to be maybe tricky to get out, because there is a lot of little nuts and crannies in that lattice there as we would look at it. But I think it looks amazing. So that internal lattice there is actually saving 33% of the total weight of the club head, which obviously is going to get redistributed, as we tend to sort of see in a lot of clubs, but 33% is a lot. And now that's allowing them to put 100 grams of tungsten weight low in the heel and the toe of the golf club. So splitting that tungsten weight low in the head, as we know, helps a lot with that stability, so that higher MOI, allowing them to get that CG location a little bit lower for that nice sort of high launch and that really good sort of descent angle as well. So that's where they're going to get that stability, the forgiveness levels, through that weight saving from the 3D printing of that lattice internally. And what Cobra are also saying is that lattice effect inside is really going to help with the sound and the feel of this club, and I definitely agree with that. That does sound really good, and it does feel great off that club face as well. So availability wise, in the 3DP Tour iron, we've got a 3-iron through to pitching wedge and a gap wedge. So 3 irons in there, which we don't see often nowadays, and available both right and left hand. So let's hit one more shot, and then we'll just go and check a few of those numbers out. Oh, that's an absolute cracker to finish off. Love the look of that, really like the feel of it. Let's just check a few numbers out. And pretty impressive in terms of that consistency. You know, I've not hit all those absolutely perfect, as you'd expect, but there's some real sort of tight numbers in terms of the spin. So you can see the spin range from 4927 to 5667. So just sort of like 600 revs difference of spin isn't a massive amount in terms of an iron. So I'm quite impressed with that. And as a result, that carry distance there, as you can see, only gives me a low front to back dispersion of like 174.9 to 178.8. So just literally 4 yards of difference from my longest to my shortest on those sample of sort of 6 shots that I've hit. Again, super. I'd be more than happy with that as a consistency. Okay, so there we go. There's the Cobra 3 DP Tour iron. Great looking iron, great feeling iron, and some very good numbers to back it up with as well. Is that something you'll go out and try? Post your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully I'll catch up with you all very soon.